Hi everybody, it's LeeAnn. Today we're talking about what's in your pantry. So let's talk about making your grocery list. Hopefully when you're sitting down and planning your meals out, you're thinking of what you're hungry for, what ingredients you'd need, and then checking your cupboards for if you have some of those items already on hand, and then coming up with your grocery list. But it's important to also have a few extra meals in your cupboards just in case you can't get your delivery on time, there's a snowstorm, maybe you've eaten that extra hamburger you were going to use for another night's supper. So you have some things on hand that you can put together to make a well-rounded meal. So it's important that we have foods that we're going to eat that you like. Okay. What canned vegetables do you like? For our house, we wouldn't have canned peas. We prefer frozen or fresh. But having some other vegetables as an option is a good choice. Having a couple cans of fruit is another good choice. But note expiration dates. Things that are canned in metal are going to have a longer expiration date or a farther one out than the ones that are in these plastic containers. They have a shorter shelf life, and that's important because you want to make sure that you're rotating these foods to eat them. Don't push them to the back of the cupboard and leave them for that next snowstorm next year. You want to have it that you're utilizing them and then replacing them. Can of soup is always good, whether you want a fast meal to put together or, as a filler meal. Having some canned meats is also good. So if you're not a canned tuna person, don't get the canned tuna. There's canned chicken, there's canned turkey. These can stay on the shelf and be added to pasta or with some rice to make it a quick and easy meal for you. Spaghetti is also another good choice. Get your tomato sauce and a box of noodles and you'll be good to go for a quick meal. Peanut butter is also another good staple to have in your house. You can always eat it with crackers if you don't have bread. With celery makes a great snack. So those are some great ingredients to have in your house for a quick and easy lunch or supper. For breakfast, or any meal in our house, have a complete pancake mix. What that means is you don't need milk, you don't need eggs. You just need to add water to this and you've got pancakes. So it's a great thing to have on hand for those times. You'll need some oil and either syrup or berries or peanut butter you can put on them if you didn't have any of those. Oatmeal is another thing, and we're going to actually show you how to make your own oatmeal packets. So instead of buying those expensive individual instant oatmeal, it's far less cheaper to buy a container of it, and I will show you how to package that up in a minute. So it's not like you need a whole lot of things in your cupboards for a staple, just enough to get you by. Okay, so let's talk about expiration dates. You need to watch your expiration dates. That's where it'd be important if you have a meal of spaghetti planned. Take those staple items that you have in the back of the cupboard and use those, and put the ones that you just purchased in its place. All your canned and box goods should have a expiration date marked, either on the top of the can or the bottom. Sometimes, like I know on these plastic bottles, a lot of time it's run right beneath the lid, so look for those. it's a good idea to use a Sharpie and actually write down big and bold what the expiration date is, and watch that as you're planning your meals if you know something is getting to where it's going to be out of date. So a recipe for Fast Fiesta chili only has 4 ingredients. And I've cut the recipe down so those living by yourself, you're not eating chili for several days. Take 1 can of diced tomatoes, and I happen to get the ones that had the roasted garlic and the onion. If you like a real spicy chili, you could get the ones with hot chilies or jalapeno pepper in as well. A can of beans. So I've selected black beans this time. We've used pinto beans, we used red kidney beans, red beans, really whatever you like. So we're going to use half this can, but save the other half because it's easily added into rice or soups for a little extra protein and fiber. And then I have a small can of corn with that. And then just chili powder to whatever your taste is. If you like a lot of it, if you just want a hint of it, depending on how spicy it is. So open up your cans. You can put it on the stove top in a kettle and heat it through. You can put it in a microwave dish and warm it in the microwave. Really your choice how you want to heat it, but it's a quick heat and eat kind of meal that I hope you enjoy. The other recipe I wanted to do for you today was oatmeal. So this whole container was less than $2 and it has more than 30 servings. So if you think about what you're spending on the little box, and you can put whatever dried fruits, nuts, seeds that you like in here to come up with all the variety that you want. So you can make it directly from the bowl is usually how I do it, but you can also individually bag it if that's easier for you in the morning just to kind of grab and go. What you're going to do is take 1/3 of a cup of oatmeal. I'm going to put it in one of these bags so we can just grab and go. Then add, I've got some walnut pieces here. I'm going to throw those in there. Again, make sure you got your hands clean and washed before you do that. And then I'm adding some dried craisins. This is one of my mom's favorite oatmeals. One of her favorite breakfasts. And then just shake some cinnamon in there. Okay. And that's it. So how easy is that? Get the air out of there. All you need to do is dump this in a bowl, add 2/3 cup water. And being this is old-fashioned oats, you're going to cook for 2 minutes in the microwave. If it's the quick cook oats, a minute, minute and a half. And your oatmeal will be done. Then you can add the sweetener that you want, brown sugar, honey, regular sugar, artificial sweetener, maple syrup. You have control over the sweetness. If you want it a little thinner, you can always add a little milk or half and half to your oatmeal, then 2 and mix it up and you're good to go. So enjoy.